I feel like I am melting.
Let's sit down. There.
Yeah, very hot today. Very, very hot. I think we are going live any minute. Any minute. A little bit later than normal on a Saturday night. Even Campbell. You can ask any question you want, love. My wife's in here tonight with me, just so you know. What's up?
She's coming.
Who are we talking about?
Do you want to see?
Uh-huh.
And obviously gone home early. Holiday.
Of course.
Well, they're not getting full days holiday plus the hours that we've had.
No, you could probably do a half day sick day.
I'm being hard. Yeah, I mean, it's really only half a day that they've done. Well, yeah.
You can do a half day sick day.
1.5 hours then, because they're only going to be back to work 12 hours a week. She gets 3 hours a day for you.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, if someone works half a day and then needs the other half day off sick, yeah, I'd just be a half a day sick.
This is where this thing lets us down. It just doesn't.
It is roasting here. Is it even still hot? Like, what temperature does your phone say it's?
Well, outside.
Oh yeah, outside, because your
What
phone's...
time is it now? No.
It is 9:15. Still very light outside, to be honest.
It says it's 9. It says
It's only
it's 19 degrees, but it says it feels like 20.
feels like 20 outside. It feels like more than 20 in here right now.
Will you take me out the swimming pool
Yeah, I can take it swimming.
since he's back?
Alright, yeah. Hola, dude. How you doing? Yeah, it feels like it's supposed to be 19 degrees outside. It feels way warmer than 19 degrees in our house. Like, I sat down to do streaming. I'm normally like quite pumped, you know. It's like the kids are at bed, so it's like the best time of the day for me, right? Like, in terms of peace and quiet and getting on. Like, I just sat down at the desk. I was like, oh, my energy has been sapped. Yeah, it definitely feels warmer than 19, I feel like. Don't you think? I mean, I know what 19 feels like when it's winter time. I mean, I guess it's very humid. But yeah. So tonight is painting Tigris and some Sterngard, I think. Get these guys battle ready to a certain extent. Get those 40 assault intercessors painted. I am doing an assault intercessor spam list. I think I'm quite boring.
What minute there? It's feedback. When the music came up.
Oh, when the music
it's
came
feedback.
Any changes to the list after Wednesday? Yeah, lots. I don't like playing crap loads of jump readings. I never seem to do well with that. I'm gonna play Liberator Assault Group again. I'm gonna go back to like 3 tanks, double impulsor. That's what works for me in Liberator Assault Group. I mean, that's what. I think when I won the GT with well, it's not Liberator Assault Group, was it? It was Sons of Sanguinius. When I won the GT with Sons of Sanguinius, it was 3 tanks, 1 impulsor. And when I won the GT, it was like Company Heroes. I still rate, like, let's be clear here, Forge Fiends are fucking stupidly broken. They kill Marines way too damn efficiently. Well, Company Heroes are probably one of the few infantry units we have that are good against Forge Fiends. Because they're 4 wounds, and Forge Fiends do 3 damage. And they're strength 10, right? Forge Fiends are, Forge Fiends are strength 10. Company Heroes are -1 to wound. So they're probably one of the only units that we have, infantry-wise, that could maybe survive 1 round of shooting from a Forge Fiend. I just think Forge Fiends are a bit overpowered. I don't know why they've been left. I don't know how they survived that battle of Status Lake, because I think they're a bit bonkers, honestly. Are you painting Ultramarines? In a sense, yes, right? Like, I'm painting them red, like they're Blood Angel characters, but are they Ultramarines characters? Yes. I mean, this is a librarian, so he gets painted blue anyway. I'm working on converting Gilliman. I filed his knee, so the U on his knee is gone. And I'm trying to get a 3D printed shoulder pad to put here, and a 3D printed headpiece to put in. So all the U pieces are essentially gone from this character. That's my goal. Maybe there's a U I haven't noticed somewhere. Probably. I mean, there's a lot of filigree on this guy. I don't actually see one. I think there was a U inside his, was there a U inside his thingy at the top? What am I going to proxy him as? Nothing, I'm going to be playing Stormlance with a couple of Ultramarine characters, right? "50 intercessors with Bobby G's." I don't think 50 intercessors sounds like a fun list, honestly. I mean, more hats off to somebody for actually winning an event with that, because that shit's just, it doesn't sound that fun, and I don't think I would enjoy just running 60 bodies like that across the board and crossing my fingers. But yeah, I played Stormlance twice on the channel now, and Stormlance is really, really fun. And it lets me use a bunch of the Blood Angels that I've had for many years that haven't had any play whatsoever. So if nothing else, I'm going to play a few more games of Stormlance because it's fun. And it's different. Very different. Evening, Ardeen. How you doing? Calgar, good evening. Calgar got a 2nd impulsor. Good for you, man. 6 is the dream, right? Good evening, Alex. It's 36 degrees in Kansas City with a hot southern wind. Have you got air conditioning, though? Because that's the difference. Like, here in the UK, we generally don't have air conditioning. Just have to open some windows. I mean, we've had all the upstairs windows open all day and it still feels roasting upstairs here. I don't know if I could live and work in such a in a high temperature climate. You know
If
that?
there was reliable air conditioning.
Yeah, if I had air conditioning, sure. But if I was sitting here in like 30-degree heat, I don't think I could work very efficiently. Am I playing the new Dark Tide next week? I must admit, I haven't really followed Dark Tide beyond the launch week or so. I doubt it. I've been playing a bit of Dune Awakening. I quite enjoy that game. I've only just started it, so I feel like if I'm going to be doing any PC gaming, it's going to be Dune Awakening. Do you have to buy the Dark Tide expansion, or do you get it for free? I'm working on an Angelic Inheritors gun line. What does that look like? I didn't even... No, I mean, I suppose Angelic Inheritors is supposed to have a lot of shooting, isn't it? I suppose that's correct. Sup, Phil? Doomsday Arcs are a little bit silly at the moment, Crycheck, aren't they? Good job on beating the Necrons, though. Doomsday Arc are essentially Vindicators. But with D6 plus 2, right? I mean, I kind of feel like Forge Fiends are just as good, if not better, than Vindicators, just because they kind of have permanent Oath the Moment, right? Permanent Oath the Moment is so nice. Phil says, I finally got a Warhammer action figure. What, you mean like a Joy Toy or something else? Will it be lag or Stormlands for the next battle report? I don't know, Aurelian. It could be either. I don't know if I necessarily have a preference. Probably will play lag. I mean, unless the community are like, don't play lag, play play Stormlands, which I doubt, because the Liberator Assault Group video got twice as many live views as the recent Stormlands video, because I guess people care more about lag than they do about Stormlands. But I have decided that the GT that I'm going to in August, I'm playing Stormlands for that. Just because I've already played I've played like 5 different detachments to GTs this edition. So I haven't played Stormlands to GT yet this edition, so I'm going to play it to the GT I'm going to in August. It's going to be Stormlands. I don't think many people have experience playing Stormlands as well. It's very different, right? Do you think Armor of Contempt should be changed to -1 to wound? I think it would be better at -1 to wound. -1 AP very rarely feels that meaningful, right? James says, are we a horde army now? I mean, you can field a hell of a lot of intercessors. Well, Alex wants more Stormlands. Evening, Alex. Evening, Marius. How you doing? everyone is playing lag, go crazy, play the Stormlands. The Stormlands is different and it's fun. Like I said, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it to the GT in August. So we need to do some practice games. Just the practice games might be like after. I was gonna say after I come back on holiday. There's not a whole lot of time, but yeah, the practice games will be in July. I'm convinced I'm gonna take Stormlands. I think it'll be different. I don't think too many people play against it. I just want to do something different. It's pretty warm here. In I don't know if it's just my house holding on to the heat, Marius, but it does feel pretty warm. Maybe I should open the window a bit more. Oh, that's cool. Oh, it's getting cold outside now. Cool. What's the benefit of Stormlands over lag? I can use my Stormraven. That's literally the only benefit. I've had a Stormraven that sat in the cupboard for like 2 decades at this point that I would like to actually be able to play. So, is that a good enough reason to run it? Probably not. Is it fun to run for a change? Yeah, it's fun. Sternguard and Hellblasters are a fun combo. Yeah, I mean, Stormlands has some good... I think it's got some good combos. The Sternguard are good, the Hellblasters are good, the Stormraven is good. Is it stronger than lag? Probably not, but am I going to play it? Probably. Like I said, I'm looking for a change, right? I mean, I've already won a GT this edition with all melee Blood Angels. So I'm kind of... I mean, I could do it again, maybe. I could try and do it again. I just thought that maybe I'd quite like to play with Stormlands. Phil, thanks for staying. You managed to get a 3D printed Death Watch. That's cool. I don't have any of the Joy toys or anything like that. I do want some Joy toys, but like you said, they are expensive, aren't they? Alex says, hello Blood Angels in chat, currently hacking a bit away from some heresy armigers, making them more Dark Angels. I am not so lore correct in some of my builds, just love the fun. I think conversions are cool, regardless of what model you're converting. I like doing conversions because they give you something unique. So I do like the look of those new I know a bunch of the new heresy stuff just went out for pre-order. I love some of the new heresy stuff. It's very cool. Those new Terminators look crazy. You should try and win a GT with each detachment except Lost Brethren. I really have no motivation for Lost Brethren. I really despise the detachment. I think that's got something to do with me playing Stormlands. It's like, what are you motivated to play right now? Having played the New Balance data slate, I still think Death Company are not. I think Death Company are still not as good as I need them to be to include them on my list. Like maybe I'm including 5. But after playing them this week, I'm like, ugh. I don't know if I feel like they are good enough yet. They feel very average. Shame the Horus Heresy game sucks. I don't play it. I don't think I've got time to play Horus Heresy. Some people like it though. I'm not sure it sucks as a I think it's just an older way of playing, right? I am not playing Bolt Rifle Death Company, and I do not think I ever will, I'm afraid. I know some people actually do like Bolt Rifle Death Company. I am one of the people that is in the camp where I just think they're a complete... I feel like they're a waste of space. Maybe that's harsh. But that's how I feel about them. Like, I remember when they came out, I couldn't have been less excited about them. Like, Death Company for me need thunder hammers and jump packs. Bolt rifles, and I guess like not even a knife, with just like a bolt rifle and a close combat weapon. No, get out of here! I don't want that. I mean, if we go back an edition or two, Death Company were allowed both a bolt gun and a chainsword. So maybe if it had been bolt rifles and chainswords on everybody, that might have been cool. Five Hellblasters plus an Apothecary and the Impulsor. The Apothecary allows you to always be overcharging, and you still get to shoot on death, and they come back next command phase. With the cheapness of Hellblasters now, right? Like they're like 100 and... Are they 110 points for 5 now? Do you even need the Apothecary? Would you not just be better off spending the points on more Hellblasters? I mean, I could be wrong, but maybe if you have a 10-man, you could attach the Apothecary. But do you really need to attach the Apothecary to 5? I mean, maybe. Can't hobby 2 hots, says Eternal Crusader. Yeah, that's sort of how I'm feeling here right now. I sat down to stream and was just like, I don't know if I have energy. It's the heat certainly saps it from you, doesn't it? Well, if your kids don't sap it from you.
Energy vampire.
Yeah, the kids are like energy vampires, my wife says. I mean, it doesn't help when the kids have to be put in timeout 15 times in a day. But yeah. Oh. Let me go 1 second. I'm going to go take the covers off Annabella's head because she likes to sleep with the covers up to her eyes, so she will be sweating and then she'll wake up screaming.
Is it?
Her room is like a sauna, and she said to me, I just like the covers up to my ears. And I was like, okay. And then you know what she did when I put the covers over up to her ears? She said, I just miss my duvet. I was like, sweetheart, it's way too hot for your duvet. Like, it's not too hot to beer. Yeah, good point. If it's, there's beer in the fridge, love. Go get one. No, go get beer. You're more fun when you've had beer anyway. I'm serious. Yeah, there's 2 cans earlier because I was driving. I was looking to see if I had any non-alcoholic.
I said you could have had one and I would have been...
It's fine, I had a non-alcoholic. I know you did. Oh yeah, I should have drunk because it was free. Yeah, well, if I'd known it was going to be free, I would have drunk 10 beers. Alex says, sorry, the Death Company is not great for you at the moment. We should have some maniacs aboard. I love the Inner Star companions for the Lion. Yeah, I mean, Death Company are just they're just, I don't know what you call them. They just always seem to be underwhelming. I think it was a mistake to try and take all their special weapons away. I mean, maybe they were carrying Blood Angels a little bit. I don't know.
Don't really want to start drinking while
Oh yeah, you forgot you're working. Yeah, you don't want to start drinking while you're working. Mistakes will be made.
Yeah.
And there is no non-alcoholic free beer because I drank it all earlier.
Not really that fast. I might get some coke.
Okay. Coca-Cola. More company heroes. Yeah, I mean, I do like company heroes quite a lot. I don't know if I've seen anyone run like 3 squads of them yet. I think I'd like to see someone run 3 squads of them. Death Company need a full overhaul, says Alex. Yeah, I think I couldn't agree more, right? I still think it's weird that it's been like 8 months now and there's no Death Company boxes for sale on the Games Workshop website. Like, they just don't have it. You know, considering there's 4 or 5 Death Company units in our codex, it seems very weird to me that they don't sell any Death Company models anymore. Well, non-alcoholic beer is good, Alex, if you have to drive your car, I guess, right? Like, that's why I drink it, because I like to, you know, drive my car and be legal and be safe. Also, I mean, I've had nights before when I'm stuck on alcoholic beer the entire night. It's not the worst thing in the world. Don't feel like dog shit the next day, so, I mean, that's good. Still enjoy yourself. Get ready for the Blood Angels Army box, Death Company 2.0 for 11th edition. The rumour I heard, and I'm sure it is a rumour, and I'm sure it's unfabricated, and I'm sure it's a little bit bullshit, but the rumour I heard is Sanguinius is going to come back, so that's why there's no Death Company anymore. I think it's quite a controversial rumour. I think it's a Reddit rumour, so like there's probably like 0% truth to it. So that's the rumour I heard. Campbell said I used to run 2 squads of company heroes. I think if I would, like, I think probably the next time I take Blood Angels to a tournament, I'm going to take 2 squads of company heroes. Because I think they're very good at, like, just generally being a nuisance on objectives. And I do like their precision, or the precision potential that unit brings, right? Because it basically brings like 14 AP2, 2 damage precision shots, which I think is very strong. Like, you can precision a lot of characters with a squad of company heroes. James says, cringe Sanguinius coming back. Yeah, I don't make the rumors, dude. I mean, they're bringing back everybody, right? Gilliman was basically dead before they brought him back. How were the company heroes for Black Templars? Phil says, John, I did a bad financial decision today. I thought you were supposed to be saving for a new car, Phil. What is a bad financial decision when you're in a Warhammer 40,000 stream? Charlie, tell me, what's he done?
Placed a dumb shit bet.
I feel like he's
Bought too many new.
I was gonna say, yeah, like his pile of shame's already a whole closet, but he's doubled it. Yeah, you've bought a whole new army, Phil.
Is that yes.
No, he already bought the new car apparently, so
Was that the poor financial decision? Did you buy a letter?
I was gonna say cars are hard financial decisions. You actually bought 40 assault intercessors. Okay, cool. I mean,
well, if the car's bought, does it matter?
yeah, if the car's bought, does it matter, Phil? You're going for it, you crazy man. Okay.
Is it beans on toast now for the rest of the month?
I don't know if he knows what beans on toast is. I want to actually do a stream where I eat beans on toast. Because I don't.
Freak out your American.
It would freak out the American audience, yeah.
But it says, yeah, it is beans on toast. Is it heating or eating? Although it's hot right now.
I know about beans on toast. Beans on toast is
then you need to put grated cheese on it.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing, beans on toast. I feel like I should try it with Annabella because it could go either way. Like
Don't put cheese on.
She could love it or she could just hate it. It sounds gross, says Alex. Yeah, like you make two slices of toast.
What, Alex? You just be quiet.
You make two slices of toast, you put butter on them or margarine or whatever you do, and just open a can of baked beans and tomato sauce and pour it on top. And then yeah, you can put grated cheese on top. You don't have to.
Cheese on top is top tier.
Is it? I don't think you need to cheat.
You need the melted cheese.
I've eaten it plenty of times
Cheese
in my life
and tomato,
without cheese.
You can't go wrong.
Cheesy beans.
Cheesy bean over.
I mean, I'm quite okay with just the beans on the toast. I feel like
Cheese.
what's that? Bread will have fiber. Beans will have protein. Like, what else do you actually need?
Beans also has fiber.
Do beans have fiber in them too?
Yeah.
They're a superfood.
They're an excellent source of fiber.
How is that then?
And iron.
And iron.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that when they make you fart?
No.
No?
They make you fart with the fiber.
Oh, they make you fart for the fiber. I thought iron firmed up your stool.
Yes. Why are we talking about this?
I don't know. Why do we talk about anything on my stream?
Today on BAC Gut Health.
Yeah. I do actually just want to do a stream where I just make beans on toast. And like I'll freak out like half my audience because they'll be like,
they're adding cheese makes it posh.
well, I'm not posh though.
But I am though.
How are you more posh than I am?
I wouldn't put margarine, Alex. I would put butter.
This sounds absolutely repulsive. Toast, margarine, beans and cheese. Yeah, I mean, you're overcomplicating it here. We've got to get
Why
one.
was my gut reaction to tell Alex that he's repulsive? I'm sure he's not.
When I was a student, I spent a lot of time eating beans on toast.
Yeah, it's cheap.
Does the Death Company captain get sustained hits himself, or just the Death Company? Yeah, he gets it, Polya, because it says while he's leading a unit, models in this unit have sustained hits 1, and, you know, the general rule for that is he is a model within the unit, so he gets the sustained hits as well, yes, correct. If the unit he's leading is dead, then he no longer has the sustained. Which sucks a bit, I guess. But I mean, that's kind of the general rule of 10th edition, is like when your squad loses all its guys, then your characters lose their buffs. I like the cheap beans, man. Like, I don't want Heinz baked beans, no. I like the cheap, like, 10 pence a can beans.
They're the same.
Joey says, I just went 3-0 at an RTT with Angelic and Herter, 6-0 if you include the practice rounds. Feature my list sometime. Send it to me, Joey. You can send it on Discord. You can put it in a YouTube comment, like put it in the stream. I usually feature a lot of like channel members or channel subscribers tournament lists when they send them to me. Marius says Branston beans.
They are.
Oh, you and my wife would apparently get on Marius. Why don't we just have the cheap, you know, the beans that come in a white can? You know, like they're too, yeah, they're too cheap.
Tesco value.
Do you have a can of those in our house,
value.
right?
Get the little ones, yeah.
And then the white can?
Yeah.
Have we got some downstairs?
I mean...
Yeah.
We've just had a meal. Are you ready?
I'm not even going to eat them right now. I'm just asking if I need to show the can so people understand the quality of beans we're talking about here.
I mean, they probably come from the same factory as the Heinz beans. Yeah.
How many characters is too many in a list? I think it depends on the detachment, honestly. I think in Angelic Inheritors you can probably go as high as like 7 or 8 characters. I think in Liberator Assault Group you probably don't want to be going over like 5. If you're playing another detachment, then I guess it would really depend on the strength of the detachment. But those are the two, I mean, that's for the 2 core Blood Angels detachments, right? Yeah, no frills beans, that's it. 3 grots baked beans tier list. I mean, we would do it, but no one would really watch it, right? Of all the things in this, like on YouTube, there are literally tier lists for everything, right? You probably get a tier list for toilet roll, honestly. If you, like, someone on YouTube will have done a tier list for like Lidl toilet roll, Asda toilet roll, Tesco toilet. Like, I bet you could find a tier list for like toilet roll, and it'll be like the softness of the toilet roll, the stretchiness of the toilet roll, the scent, because there is scented toilet roll. You also get toilet roll with butter in it these days. You know that, right?
Not butter.
Yeah, I mean not like butter.
Not
You know, like butter,
spread.
not like spread from your fridge, love. Yes, I get that. That's not the kind of butter they put, but they do put like shea butter in the toilet roll,
Cocoa butter.
or cocoa butter in the
Or
toilet roll.
coconut oil. Or aloe vera. When you've got a ring.
Aloe vera toilet roll. Yeah. So I mean, someone will have done a toilet roll tier list. Yeah. I mean, a baked bean tier list doesn't sound that ridiculous.
When you've done the baked bean tier list, you then need the toilet roll tier list. When you test it.
Alex says, "Stare of the noon sun, or you will be very baked beans." It's true.
That's your fair.
Yeah. What cost do you think Jump Death Company should be, says Pete. When they were 140 points and everybody could take, everybody in the squad could take a Power Fist and an Infernal Pistol, they seemed pretty decent, maybe slightly too good, right? I don't know what the current points cost should be. Having played them at 120, I think they're probably still like 10 too expensive. I don't know. Sealcold says, how's it going? Lost 2 friendlies against Eldar and Custards. Not Custodes, Custards. He got beat by the Custards. Is that like Colonel Custard from the... No, it's not Colonel. It was Colonel Mustard.
Colonel Mustard in the garden room with the spanner.
Yeah, in the garden room with the spanner, yeah. That's Cluedo. That's not Warhammer 40k.
Ambrosia's custard.
Is that, do people honestly call custodes custards, or is that a typo? Because I think going forward, I think we should call, on this channel, we should call them custards.
Them all.
Yeah, I think we should rename them. They are now custards. See, I need to know if he's serious or if he just typoed, but even if he's not, I kind of just want to rename them to custards. Dragon says he likes calling them custards.
Could be a predictive text. Toads. I want to call them toads now.
Marius wants to call them custards. Sean says I've been struggling to write lists of less than 10 or 12 drops. Sean, you've got way too many big units in your list. I mean, it's that simple. Make some of your big units small units. Why you got so many big units? Custardians? He still hasn't answered, so I don't know what he's actually tried to do here.
Embarrassed.
There's no reason to be embarrassed, we're all friends here. If anyone says any stupid shit, it's likely me.
Also, we're on board with it.
Yeah, we're all on board with it. I like custardians.
Call them anything. Oh.
Yeah. Custardians is Henry Cavill's favourite army. You know Henry Cavill plays Warhammer, right?
Yeah.
He hasn't played Warhammer 10th edition, or at least he said on the Graham Norton show. I was like, I don't... How come he gets to do that Warhammer movie and I don't, when he hasn't even played 10th edition, eh?
Because he's an actor.
I can act.
Can you?
Yeah.
As well as Henry Cavill.
Probably better than Henry Cavill, let's be honest. Yeah.
Would you have been in The Witcher, would you?
I'm trying to think of a quote from a famous movie that I could pull off, and then you would know that I would be a great actor. It would have to be something sophisticated though. It couldn't just be like a Schwarzenegger like one-liner, you know, like.
It couldn't be. He's
not the Messiah. He's a very naughty boy.
Couldn't be that. What else is Henry Cavill in?
He was in Mission Impossible. Like, whatever, I think Dead Reckoning. He was the bad guy in one of the newer Mission Impossibles. I have honestly lost track of Mission Impossible. There have been too many. Same as Fast and the Furious. There have now been too many movies. I don't know where the hell we are at with that. I think there was a rumour he was also going to be James Bond.
Really?
Henry says his favourite were Custodes and Blood Angels. Mario says, I demand we see his painted models.
Henry Cavill?
Yeah.
He needs to get on his...
He's probably got... I was going to say, I don't use Instagram or any of that nonsense. Yeah.
Assistant.
I honestly don't... Yeah.
Or like, all he does.
Oh, he was in Superman. Yeah, but they've rebooted that, so he can't have been that good in it, right?
Probably all he does. Work out, painted Warhammer.
He probably has to work out. Yeah, but I mean, that's another thing. I don't think he would work out at the same level as me either. You
Really?
know? Really?
Get away.
I don't know. You think he's like?
You think you can do more press?
I was gonna say, yeah. You think he can do more than like? He can't do more press ups than the Blood Angels Commander. Get out of here. Apparently YouTube blocked my comment because of swearing. I hate that they have a 2+ everywhere. I call them custards because they deserve it, says Seal. So we are calling them custards from now on. Okay. Because I think YouTube thinks that like a swear word, yeah.
It's not a swear, but it's a bad
Is it a bad word? Why? All right, yeah, we're not saying that. We're not saying. I better not invite you on my stream. You're not very. You're gonna be more PC.
I'm not invited.
Okay,
I'm here doing work.
you're just here doing it.
I don't know what else YouTube would think it was.
True.
You know.
I imagine he has commissioned his models to be painted. Well, I feel like he can definitely afford it if he's in Mission Impossible, isn't he?
Yeah.
Or Superman.
Or The Witcher. I don't think he's going to be in that again, though, is he?
No, I think
They
he
were replacing him.
I think
He didn't want to do it.
he didn't want to do The Witcher anymore.
Is it because they were like veering away from it?
I've heard rumours that it's because they're veering away from the story, but I've also heard the rumour that it's because he got the Warhammer 40,000 gig and he was more excited about that.
Well, yeah. You can blame him.
It would be funny if Henry was secretly in the stream. It would be, but I very much doubt it. Like we said, he's probably working out. He's probably got reps to do.
He's like doing push-ups.
I was going to say we're very mean to the guy. We've never even met him.
He's doing push-ups, but each time he goes down to the mat, he's like spraying a bit of
he's doing painting while he's doing push-ups. So it's one arm push-ups. Every time he goes down, he has to do a little bit more painting. Who's raided my stream?
Me.
All right, you've raided the stream. I thought someone actually had raided and I was going to get a lot of viewers. No, okay.
I'll shut up.
No, you're fine. Has Witcher been cancelled? Has it? You watched season 1 of it.
I've watched, I watched season 1 when Annabella was like a babe, like a newborn. And then I had to watch it again when she was a bit older. And honestly, I feel like I need to watch it again because I was so tired both times that I watched it. I don't think I really understood some of it properly, but it was quite good.
I think I watched one episode with you and couldn't be arsed with it.
It gets a bit confusing though because they all like jumping back.
Yeah, there was like some time jumps or something.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But I did enjoy it.
Oh, Squidmar painted some models for him. There you go. Squidmar is a YouTuber with like I think he's got like 300. He's like one of the big painting channels. No. Squidmar's actually pretty funny.
I'm sure he's famous anyway.
He's worth watching. He did a sponsor video for Raid Shadow Legends, and it was honestly the funniest shit I've ever seen. Where like Raid Shadow Legends, you know how they sponsored everybody basically. No, have you not seen ads for Raid Shadow Legends? How have you not seen an ad?
I have seen them.
Because they advertise and everybody has seen them. The fact that you have not seen them one is a miracle, honestly. I can't believe that. Do you know what Raid Shadow Legends is?
No.
Wow.
I've seen that lassie with the big jugs painting her Warhammer model.
Well, do you know what? Surprisingly, I haven't seen any lassie with big jugs painting Warhammer models, which is funny because you'd think that that's the sort of content I would be looking for. Salut, Mary, right? Hello. Apparently, Alex says he can paint with both arms while doing push-ups.
Is he like Chuck Norris and like under his chin is a fist and it comes out for the push-ups?
I don't get what is so hated about putting a Primaris helmet on a Terminator. Joey, thank you so much for becoming a battle brother. I can't believe we actually got a new member on tonight's stream, because tonight's stream has literally lowered itself into the set.
Obviously because I'm.
It's because you're here, love. Yeah, it's a cesspit of nonsense, but it's been one of those days for us actually. I must have told my kid 15-20 times today to listen to me, and they just never listen. So yeah, it's been a difficult day actually. I appreciate it, Joey. Yeah, if you want to do what you tell me. Yeah, Phil says Raid Shadow Legends is a mobile game, and I honestly can't believe you've never seen an ad for it.
Therein is why I've not seen an advert for it, because I don't play.
Hello, Linus. Good evening. John is talking wild smack tonight. Claims Cavill doesn't paint his own stuff. I've actually seen like one or two pictures of like when he was on Graham Norton's show or something. Like there's a photo of him on Instagram painting a Custodes model. No, I get. He did say.
Seems like he would be very busy.
Yeah, he seems like he would be very busy. He did say he hadn't played 10th edition. I did feel a little bit sad about that. Because I feel like even if you're very busy in life, you should at least have you should have at least one evening a month or something you can hang out with your friends and throw some dice, right?
Yep. You think about it, he's going on to locations and stuff.
Sure. I don't think he's got kids though.
He does now.
Oh, has he got kids as well?
I think
Okay.
he's got a child.
Phil says I haven't gifted anything yet. Phil, you just bought 40 Assault Intercessors today. You can't afford to gift anything.
Don't make another poor financial
Yeah, don't make any more poor financial decisions tonight. We love you, Phil. You've supported the channel a lot in the recent times. But come on. You've got more poor financial decisions ahead of you. Well, I appreciate the support, you know. Oh, look at this. Legend. No, it's not Phil.
Alex Jensen donated 200 Danish kroner via Super Chat. A little for the missus. Nice Saturday evening.
It's donating
Love
to
from
you.
Denmark. Alex.
Oh,
Yeah, how you
a
gonna
happy
give that to
Saturday.
me?
How am I going to give that to you? Then the tax man will be like, where is my 200 Danish krona? 200 Danish krona to UK pounds. I have no idea what the
You
exchange
don't
rate
have to
is.
give it to me.
I'll give it to you.
I've got the sticker on me.
It's £23. Wow, thank you so much, Alex. That is very generous. You've still got a sticker on you.
That's the one.
Yeah, it's Danish krona. I guess the I was going to say the Danes. That's the correct pronunciation. I guess they didn't buy into the euro when everybody else was getting the euro. They're like a bit like Britain actually. Britain was like, "F you, we're keeping the pound." The Danes must have been the same. They must have been like, "Screw that, we're keeping the krona," which is fair. I don't know if I was ready to change our money anyway. What's Norway go? I don't know. You'd Google it. Alex, thank you so much.
Norwegian.
Oh, they've got Norwegian krona. Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Phil, Espana actually says, Phil, don't make any bad decisions, just buy 20 more Assault Intercessors. There you go, Phil. You'll have 60 Assault Intercessors. Are you actually going to run 100 Assault Intercessors? That's bonkers, man. I mean, more power to you. I don't know if I can fathom running 100 Assault Intercessors. I couldn't even fathom painting 100 Assault Intercessors. That's a lot of work for such a average unit, I feel like. Alright, here's all the super chats coming in. Wow. Your Discord chat link isn't working anymore. It seems like it's old. Oh, is it not working? I can give you a link to Discord. 1 second. I swear Discord does this thing where like every 6 months the links just stop working for no random... I always click like make the links never expire, but they always do expire. I don't really get it. There is an updated Discord link. That should work. Seal Pills 4.99 super chat. Hey man, I got a video idea. Blood Angels versus other armies, like Blood Angels versus Custards. What to run in tactics. Thank me later. Got a tournament tomorrow, so wish me luck. Oh, good luck, dude. I could do a video against Custards. Yeah, there's a few armies that we really struggle into at the moment, that's for sure. Death Guard spring to mind, man. Alright, someone, you've started something now. Everyone's getting in those super chats. I love it. Thank you so much, guys. What a nice evening it's turning out to be. Campbell, 4.99 super chat. Justice for the Hounds of Mordecai. Do you think the Hounds of Mordecai will ever come back? UK had the right idea keeping the pound. It's worth more than the dollar. The pound used to be way stronger though, right? Like it's down. Alright, Clint, thank you for the 5. Here is to 100 assault intercessors. Guys, I'm not running 100 assault intercessors. It's friggin' Phil. Phil's running 100. Not me. Phil's crazy. He ran 72 models, 72 Blood Angels to a tournament. Like, that is so close to being a horde army, essentially, right? James says, hounds were just to tide the Space Wolves over. That's sad. So, here's a dumb question, because obviously, as a non-Space Wolf player, I never actually bought Hounds of Mordecai. Thanks so much for the super chats, guys. That's crazy how many just came in. I appreciate it. The actual Hounds of Mordecai models, then. Was there anything in that? Like, I assume it was more than just a squad of Reavers in the box, right? Was it just like Reavers and a Space Wolf upgrade sprue, or was there actually anything? Was there anything specific? Like, did they have anything specific, or was it just Reavers and an upgrade sprue? The pound was worth $2 in 2010. That's what I was saying, dude. I remember going to America like 15 years ago, and the pound was crazy strong. I went to America one year. I think it was like 2003 or something, and £1 was like $2.10. So like for every pound you got over $2 exchange. It was the best holiday of my life. I was rich. Never had so much spending money on a holiday. I'll be waiting the rest of my life for that to happen again, honestly.
Alex Jensen donated 200 Danish kroner via Super Chat. Well, the missus can't get that much flowers for the previous gift, so better step it up a bit. Alex.
Thanks.
Alex, that is very generous. So we apparently we need to get you some flowers, love. You got...
Get me some nice flowers.
Alright. Well, they're from Alex.
Thanks, Alex.
Thanks so much for the super chat, Alex. Very kind. It was just Reavers with an upgrade sprue. Yeah, which is really weird, right? Like, if we let's cycle back 10 minutes in chat, right? When we were talking about like how Death Company now have not had a box set for 8 months, because I think that's what it is. Because I made a video, and when I look at that video on my channel, it says 7 months ago. So 7 months ago, when I made that video that said like there are no Death Company for sale on GamesWorkshop.com, right? Like if you go to GamesWorkshop.com, you type in Death Company, you get no matches, no Death Company Dread, no Death Company Captain, no Death Company on foot, no Death Company with jump packs. It's like they just don't exist if you search for Death Company. I mean, I don't even think it shows jump intercessors, right? It shows nothing. I'm going to show it, actually. Let's see if I can just show it. Games Workshop, right? Like, we go to Games Workshop, we click and search for the store, we type in Death Company, and it shows... Oh, it shows Lamartez, and it shows a Blood Angels upgrade sprue. That's it. Right? Like, there's nothing. I mean, it shows the supplement. Sorry, Lamartez is like hiding behind the chat, right? So, I don't know, like, you guys were just saying a minute ago that, like, Crozier says, hey John, awesome video about the Swarmy Blood Angels list. Oh, thanks for that, dude. I try and cover everything, even if it's not necessarily something I'm going to play, right? So, yeah, you know, someone was already in chat tonight saying, like, I just won a tournament and I was using Angelic Inheritors. Yeah, I like to see every Blood Angels list that does well. And I think I prefer seeing different lists. Like, I know everybody likes double Vindicators. Double Vindicators are good. But like sometimes it gets a bit boring on the channel if it's like, oh, every week it's a double Vindicator list. It's a double Vindicator list. So it's nice to see people doing different stuff. But yeah, I don't understand, right? Like Hounds of Mordecai, which is basically just Reavers with an upgrade sprue. If that's all that is, then why don't Death Company have that? Why don't we have Death Company, which is just... Well, I mean, essentially, what would it be? It would just be an upgrade sprue with 10 jump intercessors or 5 jump intercessors or something, right? Oh, I get you. I get what you're saying, Steel Pill. It's like you want a video series for how to deal with certain armies and in like. I kind of get the idea. I'm just trying to understand the perspective. Like you want me to cover like what Blood Angels units you should use to counter specific armies in stuff, or be careful what you wish for, says Crycheck. Yeah, I guess I'm not sure if I'm wishing for that, Crycheck, because I don't really like the Death Company at the moment, right? Like I tried them for the first time in like a year, or I think I tried them for the first time since the Codex came out. Well, that's a lie, right? When the Codex first came out for 10th edition, I played the Death Company 2 or 3 games, and after 2 or 3 games, I thought to myself, like, yeah, these guys are too expensive for what they bring. They're not performing. I dropped them. So whenever the Codex came out, I think the Codex came out just maybe over a year ago. So I played them just over a year ago for like a few games, and I played them for the first time in a year this week. And unfortunately, I mean, I'm going to play them again more because I always think it's dumb to just play something once and draw your conclusions off one game. But I played them this week, and the squad with the captain, I feel like, fairly underperformed. So I was going to try them again, but like I don't have high hopes for them at the moment. The Space Wolves lost their Hound data sheet then. Yeah, it wasn't in the Codex. Double Impulsor and 12 Blade Guard is a solid foundation. Hello, Terrence. Yeah, I was thinking if I'm going to be making a Liberator Assault Group tournament list, Double Impulsor is probably where I'm starting. Whether or not it's 12 Blade Guard or whether or not it's not Double Company Heroes, I like both of those squads. I get it. I tried testing out the Death Company Dread on a 1k list, and he just isn't efficient enough with the amount of attacks he has. Yeah, I mean, I've been playing the Brutalis Dreadnought, which will generally do more damage than the Death Company Dreadnought, right? Because the Brutalis Dreadnought potentially going to do like a bunch of mortal wounds. And I kind of feel for the points that he's maybe just not good enough either. How to counter your opponent's most popular units. Alright, it's an interesting idea, Seal. I will add it to the to-do list, or I'll add it to the ideas. I think there's certainly something there. I need to figure out a formula or something of how to work it. Crozier says, I've been playing and winning, currently 5-1 with a list that basically all characters, and I think it's secretly overpowered. If I win a local RTT with it, is there a chance you will cover it? Yeah, I mean 100%. Like I said, if all characters, like you see, like you don't have anything else, you just have characters. Crycheck says how to cover. Do you know what I'll do? Right, I'll make a community post in the next couple of weeks, and I'll write in the community post Someone remind me if I don't do it, but please, I'll make a community post and say, what units are you struggling to deal with in 10th edition? And then we'll make a video series, might be multiple videos, on like, here's all the things that people are struggling with, and here's some suggestions on how to deal with it. How about that? Does that sound like that would be good? Did you fit the damage 3 chaplain into the Stormlance list? No. I actually don't know if I really care for the AP3 chaplain. I mean, maybe if an Outrider could have a better melee weapon, so he's at least with a decent hitting squad, but he doesn't get that many attacks, and because he's not with that decent hitting squad, it kind of means that he has to do everything himself, and he's probably not going to be able to do everything himself. So probably based on that, I mean, I've played him, right? Like I've played the chaplain on a bike, led by or leading the Outriders to get the 3 damage. But I mean, it's only like 5 or 6 attacks. Maybe it's 6. No, I think it would be 5. It's not a huge amount of attacks. We're currently correcting John's view on company deployment. I mean, you guys are usually correcting my views on things. Yeah, that's fair. Time to get the Evisor Assassin out. Really? For what? Man, it's been. I have the metal Evisor Assassin, so I've had that assassin model for like 30 years at this point. I can't remember the last time I put him in a competitive list. I remember when he used to die, and he was like a melt-a-bomb when he died. That was pretty cool. It's probably about 5 editions ago, though. It's a solid Joker unit. Yeah, is it anything more though, right? Like I know he can kill some infantry. He's got like an anti-infantry gun. Like what else does he do? Final Boss says we've got a guy in the chat, Charlotte, called Final Boss. And every time they join, yeah, I know. Oh shit, for serious. Every time they join the chat, I can't think of anything. But you know when it's like this
Final Boss.
Yeah. But also, you know, like the screen goes blank.
Yeah.
And it's like.
It comes up.
And it's like
and it's
black. Sorry, no, it's a black background. It's like red text, and it's all like dripping with blood.
Like a rumble control.
Yeah, if you've got a controller, it starts shaking, you know, and it's like Final Boss, round 1,
Finish it.
Fight. Hello, Final Boss. Good evening. That's what it's supposed to be like. Do you know what? I need to make like I need some.
Something that you press so that
Yeah,
comes up when he enters.
Yeah, so when they enter the channel, the whole stream just goes complete black, and it's like, am I headed to Brewhammer next weekend? I am not. My next GT's in August, man. I still have never been to the Brewhammer event. It's at Brewdog in Varuri. It's probably just too far for me to drive there and back in one day. You know, because like I'd have to stay over, which I'm not against doing. Well, I haven't stayed over at a Warhammer tournament since we had Michael.
No, you could.
Well, I know I could.
Next time if you want to.
I know I could, but I just haven't done it because I felt like up until now, well, today was so bad with the kids. Like they just, like I had to ask like 15 times.
Yeah, but I mean, then you would be away.
Well, yeah, I know I would be away, but then you would be on your own. Yeah, I would be away at the tournament, loving life.
Yeah, then you just have to give me a break.
You know, like drinking beer. You know, what's the bit at the start of Jay and Silent Bob? Like, beers, beers, beers. So I'm away drinking the beers, and you're at home with the two brats who don't listen.
Yeah, but that would be your break.
And Derek is going. He's saying he's staying in Aberdeen. Where are you heading up from, Derek? How far south do you live? Let me know. And I've been meaning to go to Brewdog. I know Alan. He organises the Brewdog tournament. I've been telling him I'm going to go for years.
Affiliated with...
No, it's not affiliated with Brewdog. But yeah, no, I haven't been to an overnight tournament since the GT I'm going to in August is not Grampian Gaming. It is Lock and Loaded in Inverness. I like the Lock and Loaded guys. Penny who runs that club is a really sound guy. So yeah, I'm going to their tournament in August. But I enjoyed the Grampian Gaming one. I'd go there again for sure. But yeah, I've been meaning to go to Brewdog. It's just, like I said, I haven't gone to any tournaments that require me to stay overnight since my second kid was born.
I would manage for one.
You would.
It would be no different than when you're out playing Warhammer at the office.
Yeah.
So the option is there.
The option is there now. Yeah, yes, but maybe like a year ago the option wasn't there.
No, sure, yeah, I get that. But I'm telling you that now it is there.
Well, I appreciate it. Well, thank you. Fob the kids off to the relative. It's more tricky than that.
Oh, would that we could.
Yeah, would that we could. Yeah. I think some people don't believe me when I say that our relatives don't really want yeah, I mean, I was going to say like I'm sat here worried I know my relatives will not be watching my stream because they don't give a shit about me, or in fact looking after the kids overnight, I guess, right? When you're gone, the missus will use the money on Murphy's and Lafroy. There you go, love.
Shall not.
You shall not.
What is Murphy?
I'm not sure what Murphy's is. I think Murphy's might be Irish whiskey. But I know what Lafroy is. I do not have a bottle of Lafroy.
It's really peaty.
It is a very peaty whiskey, yes. I was trying to get a Lafroy 12 last year actually at a good price.
Oh yeah.
But the shop we were in didn't have it, remember?
That shop's really...
I know. Whiskey shops are so weird. They either have everything or they have nothing, it feels like. Derek says Lafroy is rotten.
It is rotten.
I don't...
It's what I imagine, right? If you took an ashtray with cigarettes in it,
sure.
You poured some water in that and let it steep for a bit, and then you drank it. That's what I think smoky whiskey.
That's what you think of smoky whiskey. Some smoky whiskey does taste a little bit like cigarette-y or too smoky. I get you. I've started to enjoy that more over time.
To me, if you have to teach yourself to like it, then I'm not down for that. I need to like it the first
You need to like
time I
it.
try it.
I mean, whiskey is
Or I'm not gonna
pretty acquired taste.
Well,
Like
I don't want to acquire it.
I was speaking of whiskey. What's my go-to whiskey? That's a good question. I was talking about a bottle that I had of Glenfarclas 25, which was like one of the nicest bottles of whiskies I've ever had. But the price of it has skyrocketed since COVID happened, so I don't know if I'm ever going to get another bottle of it. But like a go-to would be probably like Balvenie 12, Aberlour 12. The double wood Balvenie is very good. Yeah, double wood I think is a 12-year cask. The Caribbean is the 14. I mean, I like the Caribbean, but it's quite a bit more expensive. It's like double the price. Aberlour is really good though, and they usually have it in the supermarket for like 30 for a bottle, which is really good. So you're like marked up. Yeah, Aberlour is very reasonable. Sealpilz says, any advice against Death Guard? Knights, Tyranids, and Eldar facing 3 of each tomorrow at the tournament. What do you mean facing 3 of each? You could be playing Warhammer for 24 hours if you've got to play 3 games against each of those guys. Final Boss says Macallan. Do you know what? I was just at the Macallan distillery for lunch, Final Boss. And like, they do an 8-course lunch. It was like a work thing. So I don't know if you know the new Macallan distillery, but it's amazing. I have a photo. Oh, do you know what? I can show you the photo. It's on my iCloud. Hold on, I just have to sign in. Of course, it's not remembered. I fucking hate iCloud because... No, right. There's a button on iCloud, right? Like, there's a button there that says, keep me signed in. And I click it every time. And yet, every time I go to iCloud, it's like, sign in. And I was like, but I do sign in, and I do click keep me signed in every time. Whereabouts is it? The Macallan distillery. I'll show you. Right, hold on, I need to scroll to, I think it was May 2024. Me and the wife went to Macallan.
Oh yeah, did Macallan? We did that circus.
Yeah, I think it was May last year. Or was it maybe a little bit before May? Maybe I can just, can I search? No. I don't think you can search. God damn it.
Of course not.
You got your phone there, love? Go into your Photos app and type Macallan. Oh, I found it. I found it.
I was going to say, did I have any? Didn't you take all of it?
Yeah, look at this.
Wall
this is the wall of whiskey at the Macallan distillery. Like, every bottle is a bottle of Macallan. And there it is. Like, it's bonkers. Macallan distillery. It's like here. This is Scotland. So like northeast. Not quite the northeast, but quite northeast. I wonder if I can put the little car thing there. I don't think the car thing will go, because the entrance is, yeah, the entrance is over here actually. Yeah, oh look, it's under construction on Google Maps. Like, that's the new building up there. It looks like something out of Hobbiton.
Yeah, blends in with the environment.
But
it's supposed to look like a building. There's us.
There's us, love. At the wall of whiskey. So yeah, I was there. And when did this turn into a whiskey stream? When does it not turn into a whiskey stream? You can't ask me questions about whiskey, right? Like if you don't want it to be a whiskey stream, don't ask the questions. I'm blaming chat.
Ask him some other questions.
Yeah, ask questions about Warhammer, not whiskey. Come on. It's Saturday night. You're allowed to talk about whiskey. If you're not allowed to talk about whiskey on Saturday night, when the hell are you allowed to talk about it, right?
I think you're only allowed to do that.
Am I? My BAC only allowed to talk about whiskey when I'm sauced up, yeah? Okay. No, I was going to say I went to Macallan Distillery for lunch, and it was like this 8-course lunch with like a whiskey pairing. So you got 5 different Macallans. It's because Final Boss was talking about Macallan in chat. He was like,
yeah,
or they were like talking about it first.
Are you in trouble?
No, I'm not in trouble. It's quite a chill. There's this chill stream. Everyone's too hot tonight anyway. So most people aren't painting tonight because they're just melting. Do Space Marines drink whiskey? Yes, surely.
Or through the vent.
I think Space Marines have like multiple internal organs though, so it probably doesn't affect them very much, right? Like they've got like 2 livers and they've probably got, well, I know they've got 2 hearts. It's been a long time since I read that that lore about Space Marines. Stabby McStabby says, after months of trying, I still haven't been able to find someone to play 40k with. I settled on playing some Kill Team the other day and spent all night putting something together for my opponent not to show.
That's just rude.
That is just rude. Marius is playing Dune tonight. It's too hot for painting. You need to go to your local game store. That's what I would do, Marius.
The other person, Stabby
McStabby. Yeah, go to your local game store. Surely you've got one. Surely somebody there will not mess you around.
Is he not in your Facebook group? Could you not find someone here?
Do you feel bad if your list or play is board whipping your opponent by turn 3? It's a tough one, man. Like, in a tournament, probably not. What I would probably do though is like let's say I have beaten my like I've been to tournaments before where let's say my opponent didn't know Blood Angels very well, and I crushed them in a few turns. You know, like I could counter everything they're doing. They don't know my army. I know theirs. What I'd probably do is just I wouldn't feel bad. What I would do at the end of the game is tell them what they could have done better, or say to them, you know, oh, it would, you know, like I'd say something like, oh well, it was going to be a tough game because you don't know my army, you don't know what I can do, but these are the things you might have been able to do better now. You know, like if you play Blood Angels again, you'll know this. Maybe you could do this instead. You know, like I wouldn't feel bad about it, but I would try and be somewhat like a gracious opponent / a helpful opponent. You know, because they'll be like, if you get beaten 3 turns, you'd be basically feeling shit about yourself, right? So I mean, if you could just choose to say nothing and then they just go into their next game feeling shit about themselves because they just got beaten, or you could say to them, you probably weren't going to beat me because I've got too much experience against your army, or I've been playing this list for a long time. These are the things I was able to do. These are the things you could have maybe done better. That's what I would try and do, maybe. Some people aren't like that, but no one around here plays anymore. Whereabout are you located, Stabby? I feel like you're in Alaska or something. If your reply is about Alaska, I'm going to feel bad. Yeah, games like that are no fun, I guess, Marius. Like, I mean, I suppose that's the thing about like any sort of big tournament. You will eventually get paired against someone who is much better than you, and I suppose, or you are much better than your opponent, and I suppose you could handle that gracefully, or you can handle that badly. I would try and handle it gracefully, right? Like, if you know you've won, why are you being a dick? Or why are you being difficult? If if you're like if I'm confident that I'm gonna win, I guess the thing about a tournament is you're gonna be careful that you don't help. Like, you could even help your opponent. If you're already like 30 points ahead and they're trying to figure out a decision, you could even help them. Just don't help them if it's only like a 5-point game, right? Like, I'm sure I've been winning a game like really strongly in a tournament, and my opponent's gone to do something, and I was like, are you sure you want to do that? Because if you do this thing, I'm instantly going to counter you, and you're going to end up like in a much worse position. And they're like, oh, okay, thank you, And like, I knew I'd already kind of won the game. I'm not a player that usually tries super hard to get 100 battle points every game. I mean, I usually feel like my armies don't score 100 battle points anyway. So, but I guess some people are playing to get the damn 100 battle points in every game, aren't they? Say nothing, poker face. Well, I mean, each your own, right? Crozier says, I play 19 individual characters, mostly captains, also Mephisto and Dante, Ascarath, the Sanguinor, as well as 5 intercessors, 10 jump intercessors. The characters actually do an insane amount of damage, and I've been tabling most of my opponents. 6 captains in an Impulsor are Death Incarnate. 48 times Strength 8 AP 2 Dev Wounds on the go turn, rerolling 1s to hit and wound. Oh my god, you put in 6 captains in your... What? So 6 regular captains... Sorry, 3 regular captains, 3 Blood Angels captains, all with Power Fists, all in the same Impulsor? And you just go and you just make 6... You just make 6 charges and you go Finest Hour on every captain? That's a little bit silly, but it sounds fun actually, Crozier. What's your second favourite Space Marine chapter? I don't know if I've got a second favourite, but the ones that I've got models for are Black Templars and Ultramarines. I've got 2 Black Templars characters, I've got 3 Ultramarines characters. I do occasionally play as those. I don't know if I would class them as favourites though, I play them because they're competitive, not necessarily because they're favourites. Stabby says there's 3 main activities in my area: drinking, getting married, and getting divorced. Oh yeah, Tabletop Simulator might help you. I think some people in the Blood Angels Commander Discord use Tabletop Simulator, because people are always asking me to play on Tabletop Simulator, and I was like, I don't know if I have a lot of time in the week to add Tabletop Simulator as a thing I need to learn and play, but some people are definitely using it, that's for sure. I would reckon that would be a good way to get started, yeah. Learn, train, places. I need to learn Tabletop Simulator. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people use it. I know, like, if you want to train and play in some of the big teams for 40k, you're supposed to, like, play multiple games of Tabletop Simulator a week, just so that you're, like, practicing your army, like, to the highest level, and like, practicing quite often, if that makes sense. You okay, love?
Yeah, I'm just.
You're gonna have a lot of work still to do tomorrow, or are you getting on good tonight?
All the stuff in green, all the ones that are still green, are the ones I need to do. It's worth just to get the hours to calculate what we did here.
Okay.
Still a bit. I mean, I might finish it tonight, maybe.
The England team have TTS and have to be active in Discord. I know the Scottish team have the same requirements. Like, you have to play a lot of games on Tabletop Simulator to be potentially included in some of those teams. I wouldn't have time to do that, so I don't even try, I guess. $100 games a month. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, right? And I could be wrong. Maybe I am wrong. These are the things that I look for when fighting the army I just spanked you with. Yeah, exactly, Matt. That is exactly right. If you spank your opponent at a tournament, let them, let them know some of the mistakes they made. If I had to play 100 games of 40k in a month. Hold on a minute. They're saying 100 games a month. That's 3 games a day. A game takes like 3 hours. How are they even playing 100 games of 40k a month?
They need to touch the grass.
They do need to go outside and touch grass. Did I read that wrong? No, it can't be 100 games a month. Maybe it's like 30 games a month. But even then, if I had to play Warhammer 30 times a month, I don't know if it would be fun anymore. I'd be bored. Or it would be a job. We have kids, that's a difference, surely. Well, yeah, I mean, if you've got a family of any nature, you're playing like...
You don't have much free time. And that's
I can't even play 2 games a week. Take your kids to the game. Antonius, good evening. How are you? You missed all the chat about whiskey, man. You've turned up late. You've missed the whiskey chat. We're back talking 40k. We needed you here for the whiskey chat. No, it's fine. Favorite whiskey, go. More than 4 a month would be a slog. Yeah, here's the thing, right? So, like, if I go to GT and I play 5 games, so that's like 3 games on the Saturday, 3 games on the Sunday, I usually, like, maybe I'm old, or maybe I'm just I don't know. Like, if I go to GT and play Warhammer literally the whole weekend, because it feels like the whole weekend, right? With if you put it, like I already said, I don't typically go to tournaments I'm staying overnight at. So usually that means there's like an hour of travel time, so 2 hours of travel time, 9 hours of playing 40k on Saturday, so that's like 11 hours on Saturday. Sunday, 2 hours of travel time, 2 more games, another 6 hours. That's 8 hours on Sunday. So it's basically like 20 hours in 2 days. I usually don't stream that Wednesday night. You know, I would do my battle report on Wednesdays. Usually the Wednesday, like after a tournament, I'm like, yeah, I'll take the night off. You know, like I just spent the whole weekend playing 40k. I'm good. I don't feel like I need to play 40k on the Wednesday. I mean, I could play. Like, I could force myself to play, but I also think that if I force myself to play, I'm just like, I need to want to play. I think if you watch a stream by any streamer and they're not enjoying what they're doing or they're not wanting to be there, I think it's super fucking obvious, right? Like, I'm sure you've watched a stream before by somebody and be like, oh, this person's heart isn't in it. Like, they're phoning it in tonight, right? Like, so I think that maybe I'm being funny, but I do think that sometimes, like, after playing Warhammer for the whole weekend, I'm like, I quite like to chill on the Wednesday. Is that weird? But then maybe if I was younger, maybe if I had nothing else going on in my life, and I'm just like, I just want to play Warhammer. But here's the thing. After that last tournament, right, we played like 5 games in 2 days. On Monday night, Andrew and Colin were playing Warhammer again. Like, they just get straight back into it. Like, I mean, maybe it's different from Andrew and Colin because they're not very good, so they're just... they're probably feeling bad about the tournament performance, so they maybe just need to have a game to make themselves feel less bad, you know?
You're the worst.
I'm the worst. I don't know, did I say to you, so right now in the meta, like the Warhammer meta, do you even know what the Warhammer meta, do you know what it is? Do I need to just quickly paraphrase what the Warhammer meta is? Alright, so every army in 40k gets played like globally for hundreds of games. Like every weekend, all the games from all the tournaments are recorded and like fed back to like let's just call it the Games Workshop Master server. It's an app called like Best Coast Pairing. So let's say globally there was 100 players that played Blood Angels. They actually are able to like break that down to like a win rate. So Blood Angels will have like a global win rate from all the games from all the tournaments every weekend, right?
Right.
Colin plays Death Guard, and since their new codex, their win rate, like most armies are trying to get to like a 50% win rate. Death Guard are like the second highest in the meta. They actually had a weekend where their win rate on one of their detachments was like 67%, like bonkers high, right? So Colin plays Death Guard, and like before the tournament we went to, he was like talking about like, you know, oh, Death Guard are so strong. Yeah, he's in all the group chats saying like, oh, Death Guard this, Death Guard that, you know, like I'm gonna do so well at this tournament. John, you need to be so scared, you know, like anything I say in the channel, he's like, oh, I counter it, no problem with Death Guard, right? So we have like this chat for like a whole, I don't know, we're on the weeks or the month running up to the tournament after his new book came out. Like Colin won't shut up about how good Death Guard were, right? Meanwhile, Blood Angels are on like a 44% win rate. Like we're like the third weakest army in the meta. Week after week, we're like performing very badly. And I was like, I do not care at all how I do in this tournament, as long as I finish above Colin. I finished one place above him. I just screenshotted it, and like anytime Colin says anything in the group chat now, I just instantly post that screenshot again.
I guess you can't buy skill.
Yeah, you can't buy skill. There you go. No, I have a very big rivalry with Colin. I don't know why. I just do. Where do I keep all my finished models? I'm about to finish my Land Raider, and it occurs to me that I don't have to place the display it. I have some of these. These are pretty cool. Wicked brick boxes. Right? So they're like magnetized tops, Oh, look at all the dust on that one. You could write your name. John, look.
Right, clean me, John.
Clean me.
Clean me, you sloppy
But hey, it
tart.
means, yeah, clean me, you sloppy tart. Thanks, love. Someone was actually like, it's nice to have you here, and then you're just insulting me. And maybe people like that. Yeah, you can actually read John.
Give the people what they like.
Give the people what they like. Where, can you read? Look how much dust is on that. You can actually read John on the top of it. But hey, it means the dust isn't on the models, eh?
But you know what would be a real pain in the arse to dust is those models.
Yeah. You dust them with compressed
It would
air.
take you like 1 second to wipe that.
It does, yeah. So I've got a few of those wicked brick cases up there. You can get them from any size. Like, that's the smallest one. I think that takes like one 10-man squad. But I've got one up there that's as long as that shelf, right? Let me see. Like
Yeah.
this whole thing. Like, that one is
What's in there?
a tape measure. This one is like 65 centimeters long by 20 high. So because everyone does inches in this game. 26 inches by 8 inches. So that one's got like 4 dreadnoughts, a super heavy tank, another tank, 3 attack bikes, a bike, a Dante, 4 other characters, and another bike character. So it's like 2,000 points of models in this one. As I say, yeah, 4 dreadnoughts is like 800 points, 3 attack bikes is like 1,000 points. Well, yeah, that's like my Legends one. It's all like, it is 2,000 points of stuff, but it's all Legends.
That means you can't play them.
That means you can't play them anymore, yeah. So they are indeed ornaments now, or paperweights, or whatever you want to call them, I guess. Ornaments. Yeah. Really useful boxes. Yeah, I've heard people use really useful boxes as well. They're like those boxes you get in the hardware store that like, you can, yeah, they're all different sizes. You can stack them on top of each other. You can magnetize them.
I mean, you have things.
Yeah, I have some of them as well. They're just off screen.
Because they're not really on display when they're in the world.
Yeah, I mean, the nice thing about those wicked brick cases is you can still see the models because they're transparent, I guess. Use the attack bikes as Invader ATVs. I actually got someone to print out 3D print some bases so that I could stick the attack bikes on the correct size bases to be proxied as Invader ATVs. I just don't ever really include Invader ATVs in my list, or I don't know if I think they're good enough to include, so I haven't stuck them on the bases, but I've got the bases if I need them, I guess. Man, it's still super hot. It's like friggin' 11 o'clock now. I did put shorts on Michael. Yeah, firstly. How many battle line units do we have? I have 10 assault intercessors. I think I've got 25 regular intercessors. I've got 5 heavy intercessors. Is there any more battle line? I know I've got 5 more heavy intercessors that need painted, and I know I've got like 10 more assault intercessors on foot. I could make them. Really? How hot? I don't know, man. Hot. It feels hot. I'll Google it. Temperature, weather. That's what we're looking for. Oh, do you know what? The kids have those little, what do you call them? The temperature things?
Grow eggs.
The grow eggs. Michael's grow egg said it was 24.9 in his room because it was red. So it's about 24, 25 degrees probably up here. If you run Lost Brethren, yeah, but nobody runs Lost Brethren, Miguel, come on. It's like saying how long is a piece of string. Who's running Lost Brethren? It will be good to get some new fast attack models for next edition. Yeah, it would be nice to have some new fast attack, wouldn't it? I think those land speeders, the new speeders, the storm speeders, have been like... They've just been a massive miss. Like, nobody uses them barely. I have one of them, I barely use it. I've had it for like years at this point. Phil says it's 34 degrees centigrade where he is. So summer, man. It's supposed to be a heat wave next week as well. Yeah. Is it hot? I was just thinking of the 52 viewers, how many of them are bearded men sitting in their pants painting Warhammer? I mean, I feel like that's unfair. I don't even have a, I don't even really have a beard.
Why aren't you in your pants?
Well, I don't remember pants could mean...
Yeah.
Pants probably means jeans, because it's possibly a...
Shirtless.
Yeah.
Why aren't you shirtless?
Why aren't I shirtless? You'd like to see that, wouldn't you? You Hey, I've been working out, but not that much.
Because, I mean, pants for me means they're sat in their underwear.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
Literally.
In the UK, pants means underwear. Yeah. I'm not going to tell you what someone just said in chat.
Why not?
Because it involves not even wearing pants.
Some naked painting. You just watch where that glue goes.
Yeah,
You're building the armies.
Hot tub stream. Oh yeah. That would get the viewers up, wouldn't it? Shirtless beans on toast stream. I don't think I'm comfortable being shirtless. I have
Like with
body
beans on toast.
issues. Body dysmorphia, is that what it's called?
That's when you think you look like something you don't.
Yeah. That's what I have. I think everybody has a degree of body dysmorphia, so.
Yeah.
Or like everybody is unhappy with their own body in some way, shape or form. Unless you're friggin' Arnold Schwarzenegger, I guess. In my hobby room, it has its own window unit or widow unit. I don't. I assume he just means he has his own AC for his Warhammer room. That's pretty cool. That's the upgrade we need.
Yeah, but you'd use it like one day out of the year in Scotland. That's why.
Yeah, that's why
it's not really a thing
people
here.
don't have it.
Unless it's an office building or a shop.
No, Matt says it is just pants. It's too hot for clothes. I get you. I was wandering around in my house shirtless for quite a bit today, actually.
Taps off.
Yeah, in Scotland we would say taps off, which means tops off.
Guns out.
You guys in the UK shouldn't go shirtless on camera, it'll mess up the white balance, says Frank. Thanks, Frank. That's very kind of you. I'd like you to know, Frank, that I'm an advocate of factor 50 sun cream. Literally, I put on factor 50 this morning actually before we went out. So, I went on holiday for like a month to Florida, and I came back as white as I was when I went there, and people didn't even believe me that I'd been in Florida. They'd be like, "You were in Florida for like 3 weeks. Why are you still white?"
There's nothing shameful about looking after your
And I was like, because I use factor 100 every day.
Because I don't want to look
Because
like a beef jerky when I'm older.
yeah, because I burn like if I see the sun on my naked skin, I just burn instantly. I actually got sunstroke before in Scotland, so if I can get sunstroke in Scotland, I need to definitely take factor 100 if I go anywhere else. Screw up the white balance, so that's a good joke. John would burn under crescent moon. Yeah, I actually get burned quite badly on my head now because my hair is thinning pretty badly. So when me and the wife, we were in Florida for like 2 weeks, and like the first couple of days I wasn't wearing a hat. And then after the first 2 days, I had to wear a hat every day because, like, the bald patch that I'm growing, and my bald patch is that was 8 years ago. My bald patch is definitely worse now, like way worse.
Or you just put sun cream on your head.
Well, sun cream on your head's a pain in the arse because you get it all on your hair, and your hair feels all greasy, and so I just bought a new hat.
Better to just wear it.
Yeah, just bought a new hat.
And you can have it so it protects your face as well and your eyes.
Yeah. Phil says the spray-on sun cream isn't too bad on here. Yeah.
You get one that's got like a dry feel.
Oh, there is new dry fuel sunscreen. Yeah, maybe that's what I need. But no, I just wear a hat during the day, and then when the sun sets, hat can come off. Hats off, weather. Hats off. Campbell says I got burnt so bad the standard sunscreen just boils your skin, apparently, in Gran Canaria. That's Gran Canaria, that's like Spain, right? Gran Canaria? I've never been there. I'm sure I've googled it. I'm sure it's Spain. Or my geography is not the greatest. You don't have much here. I have enough here to hang on to for a while, but thanks for noticing.
Thanks for pointing that out.
Yeah. I mean, it's inevitably coming, though, right? Maybe I'll just get a top hat when I have to go bald and just
like that weird guy.
like that weird guy that walks around town.
Like, wear a fucking Ringmaster's outfit to go with it? Because did you notice it was a Ringmaster's costume?
I noticed that it was about 30 degrees and he was wearing a jacket.
Polyester
and
Ringmaster costume.
yeah, he was wearing like a big jacket and a
Top.
hat.
I think that he actually is bald because he always has either that really weird top hat or a very, very, very obvious bad toupee on his head.
Oh, I could get a toupee.
You could get a toupee.
I think chat would appreciate a toupee.
Yeah,
I think they would prefer that to me going bald.
I think so.
I think so.
I think when it gets to that stage, you should just do Bruce Willis. Just cut it really short.
Just cut it really short.
Yeah. Buzz cut.
Probably looks better with a buzz cut. Jason said it's dad joke time. Prepare yourself, love. Jason has the best dad jokes.
Does he?
He does indeed.
Are they better than my dad's jokes?
I would think so, yeah, because this is... I would think so, yeah. Dizzy says, hey BA Commander, how do you feel about the Storm Speeder variants right now? Average. Like, are any of them that meaningful? I mean, if I was going to run one, it'd probably be the one that gives you +1 to wound against monsters and vehicles. I ran the 125.1 recently in Stormlands Detachment. It was alright. I'm not sure I'd run it again. I don't know. I don't see them get too much competitive play. Where's the dad joke? Is it Cam? Hold on.
Waiting for it.
You're waiting for it, okay. Why is the snowman smiling? I don't know, he's not written it. Because he saw the snowblower coming down the street. Yes. You must have a book of dad jokes, I swear to you. Why have you never bought me a book of dad jokes, love?
Why would it inflict that on us?
Crozier said, I started balding when I was 17, carried myself until I was 30, and then found it unbearable with the comments I was getting on how thin my hair was, and then I cut it all off. Some people liked it. My family hated it. There you go.
Your brother shaved his hair off.
Yeah, my brother's like 5 years younger than me, and he's been bald for like 5 years, maybe slightly longer.
Do you know what it was though? It was because he completely fully shaved his head, like with a razor, shaved his head.
Yes.
And didn't tell anyone.
Did he not?
No, and then he just turned up at your mum's, completely bald.
Okay. I didn't know that.
And then all your mum could say was she didn't know his head was shaped like that.
Speargrass, good morning. Speargrass is from New Zealand. He said, had the horrible game this week. I'm a bearded man walking the dog right now. Tyranids burrowing list slaughtered me. I had assault centurions, single vindicator, ballistas. Any hints, please? I mean, it's assault centurions, a vindicator, and ballistas are not bad units. I suppose it depends on what durability units you had in your list, Speargrass. I haven't played burrowing Tyranids for a while. I'm trying to think the last time I played Nids. Judson says, Heidi brothers, anyone got suggestions on how to deal with the mortal wound spam from Thousand Suns? I was playing Angelic Inheritors. Thousand Suns mortal wound spam is pretty difficult. Angelic Inheritors isn't a great detachment for that because it literally has no way of protection against mortal wounds, right? The one thing to say about mortal wound spam, a unit that is good against mortal wound spam is Terminators led by a chaplain, because they get a 4-up feel no pain against the mortal wounds. we just don't see many Blood Angels players playing Terminators, especially with chaplains. The Mortal Wound Protection strat in lag is also not that good, right? It's like 5 up for 1 CP, it's kind of expensive, it's not that great. Terminator Librarian is good against Psychic. I think the Terminator Chaplain is even better though, right? Because he just gets pure Mortal Wound Protection. Is that right? I mean, a Terminator Librarian isn't the worst, but I think the Chaplain is better. Nids with the new Burrowing Detachment, it's spicy. How do you counter it, Calgar? Because Speargrass needs to know. Have you played it? Terminators are a slow unit and they are kind of hard to play. The way that I think you play Terminators is you need to rapid ingress them, or you need to deep strike them to the center of the board. Because if they get stuck in a board quadrant, they are slow and people will run away from them, and because they're slow they can't catch anything. Like if you deep strike a big unit of Terminators into the corner of the board, when I'm playing against you, I'll just move everything out of that corner of the board and be like, cool, your Terminators take that corner. I don't know how much that affects me, right? Infiltrators work well against the new Dids Detachment, says Bo. Oh yeah, I mean, Infiltrators are always useful. We don't see too many people running multiple squads of Infiltrators, but one squad is definitely viable. I've run one squad for a while here. I do think Blood Angels have a bit of a problem at the moment about high toughness enemies. I mean, I had the same problem this week against the World Eaters, right? Where it's like they've got 3 Forge Fiends that are high toughness, they've got Hellbrutes that are high toughness, they've got 2 Bloodthirsters that are high toughness. Like, if you come into an army that has a lot of high toughness, Blood Angels do kind of struggle a little bit against that. I don't really know what we're supposed to do, except, I mean, the way that people have been dealing with that is with Inceptors and what's the other unit? Vindicator tanks, really. I'm guessing you can't rapid ingress Terminators without a teleport homer. You can rapid ingress them, it just costs 1 CP. The teleport homer just makes it free, but you don't need to rapid ingress them anywhere near the teleport homer. You can put the teleport homer down on the board and then rapid ingress them in somewhere else completely. Like, it's just the rapid ingress is free if you use the teleport homer. But honestly, I don't think it's that big a deal to not use it. Basically, what you do is, if on yours, like, imagine that it's a map where there's an objective in the middle. Right? Which is pretty much every map these days. Just put the teleport homer like 6 inches from that objective on your side of the board. So like, this is the center of the map, this is your side below. Teleport homer 6 inches from that middle objective. Because you have to come in within 3 of that teleport homer, right? So if it's 6 from the middle, you can just rapid ingress to countercharge onto that middle for free. And honestly, like I said, you don't want to be deploying Terminators on the corner of the board anyway, because they're so fucking slow. If you deploy them in the corner of the board, your opponent will move away from that corner of the board, and your Terminators are going to spend 2 turns literally walking, doing nothing from that corner of the board. So you need to be bringing down Terminators in the center of the map. They do not work if you're bringing them down in a corner. I mean, maybe they come down in the corner, they kill one thing, great, they're stuck in that corner for the rest of the game because they move 5 inches. And when you actually need them to move more than 5 inches and you roll in advance, you'll roll a fucking 1, and then great, they move 6 inches. So they will be stuck in that corner for the rest of the game. If I'm playing against an opponent and he brings down like a unit of Terminators in a corner of the board, I will just move everything I have from that corner of the board and just be like, cool, you just spent like 250 points bringing in a unit of Terminators, they're going to do nothing for you. Because I'm not going to stick around and fight them because I'll probably lose, and you've just, you know, I just move away from them. So you honestly just put the teleport armor somewhere in the middle of the map and just bring them in the middle of the map. And then make charge, kill shit. That's how you play them. I think Terminators are totally playable right now. I just don't do it. I just don't play them myself, but I think they're totally playable. Sealpilled says, I used your 5 death company with the captain against my brother's Eldar with Red Rampage that killed the Avatar of Cain so easily, bearing in mind he also halves damage. That's good. Well done, Sealpilled. I'm glad to hear that you had some success with that. How much more work are you doing tonight, love? Because it's 11:15.
Well, I would like to finish.
Are you going to work all night, are you? You sure? You got a lot to do, so.
A bit.
Okay. A jump pack with the jump pack captain gives you 10 strength 11 attacks. Hello, Marius. Bo said I had a game last night against the new Rock Detachment for Dark Angels where all their infantry is -1 to wound and all mounted. Had a unit of jump intercessors bounce off scouts on the charge. I've been hearing strong things, Bo, about that detachment. Where people are basically just saying that like that detachment can just sit on objectives and it's very difficult to shift. I can get Dark Angels on the channel again, don't I? I mean, one thing you could argue is like chaplains would be very good because they would just counter all their -1 to wound. But then it feels like you are tailoring your list to play Dark Angels, which is a tricky thing. If you tailor your list to play a specific army, you probably open your army up to weaknesses against other types of lists. And I think I know firsthand that that is a thing because, like, I was going to this tournament. I think the tournament was like the first week of June, sorry, or maybe it was the last week of August. So it was like literally like a month ago I went to a Warhammer 40k GT and I was playing against World Eaters, and if you've been watching the channel then I just got my ass kicked by World Eaters on Wednesday night. So World Eaters are very strong. Like I said, I just got my ass kicked by them. I have awoken. McGronk, thanks so much for subscribing. And so because I knew World Eaters were very strong, I decided to tailor my list to deal with World Eaters and Death Guard, because I thought if I do not tailor my list, if I come into either of those armies at the tournament, I will probably lose to them. Because Death Guard were just so much high toughness stuff, and World Eaters was like 3 Hellbrutes, 3 Forge Fiends, cheese, but oh my god, it's actually crazy strong. And I did end up playing the World Eaters at the tournament. And I did beat the World Eaters because I tailored my army to beat them. But then I lost other games, probably because I had tailored my army. So sometimes it's difficult like that. Like you're playing Dark Angels, if their whole army is -1 to wound, then you probably want to take stuff that's going to counter that, right? What's going to counter that is +1 to wound. However, when you do that, you're going to open holes in your list for when you're fighting other armies. So it all comes down to like how well, I suppose, are you going to be able to balance that. And it's tricky for sure, right? There is no this army beats every army sort of, this is the ultimate list, this is what you should take in every situation. Because every army has strengths and weaknesses. So I generally don't recommend you tailor for specific enemies. But yeah, I mean, if you're going to play Dark Angels a lot and you know that they're going to be -1 to wound, maybe that 10-man squad of Assault Intercessors you're running, maybe they should be running... what should we be running? A Chaplain, so that they'd actually kill shit, right? Any advice for swords for the Sangre Guard? I mean, I just usually edge highlight the swords. Is that what you're asking? Pete's recently been running 2 6-man Blade Guard. You've been putting them in Impulsor? Pete, or are you just running them on foot? Emmett says, hey bro, your video will help me get my first 500 points of Blood Angels picked out. Thanks for all your help. You are welcome. Emmett, thank you for stopping past. Alright, I'm going to paint for like a few more minutes and then I'm going to head off. I've got the Army List show coming up tomorrow, 8 PM again, if you want to tune in and look at some 40k Army Lists with me. It happens every Sunday night, or most Sunday nights, not every Sunday night. Tomorrow is episode 198 of the Warhammer 40k Blood Angels Army List show. Bet you had no idea that it was 198, love, did you?
I have no idea.
Well, at least you are honest.
You know what?
That's one thing I do like about you.
The reason I don't play it is because it seems too complicated.
It's too complicated for you, love. What are you going to do when I get the kids into Warhammer and they're like asking you questions like, Mum, you're just going to tell them fly, you don't know, okay. That's a daddy question, okay. A Redeemer? Would a Redeemer be good against Dark Angels? I mean, if they're all -1 to wound, the Redeemer's not going to wound as super reliably, is it? Michael asked me today, you know, his pop head.
Oh, yeah.
Like his Warhammer pop head.
Yeah.
He asked me if I painted it. Well, I didn't really know what to tell him.
The truth.
Like, it comes painted, Michael? He was like, Dad, did you paint this?
Changing the living room around. Where it was sat somewhere that it shouldn't have been.
Okay.
Fell off it. And like one of his legs came off.
No.
It's alright, I glued him.
Oh, did you have to glue them back together, did you?
He's alright, he's fixed.
Super glue.
Yeah.
The greatest invention ever. Did he see it? No.
Because I remember that was when I had a day off.
I was going to say, if he's seen it, his leg pop off, it would have been that would have been tears. How do we feel about Astrath leading 5 Death Company versus the Chaplain or the Death Company Captain? I personally don't like Astrath leading Death Company, and the reason that I don't like it is because I've tried it a few times. I went into, let's say, like, Chaos Knights, and Astaroth obviously doesn't give your Death Company +1 to wound, so you only end up wounding like knights on 5s. So you are very reliant on the mortal wounds from the or you're very reliant on rolling 6 for the devastating wounds, right? I like threw a 10 man into a knight and I rolled about 2 6s. So like the 10 man Death Company with Astaroth went flying into like a knight, all 10 get in for combat, we do like 3 damage to it or something. It was absolutely tragic. Yes, I didn't play any strats, but I mean that's kind of the point. Like you would be hoping to use Astaroth to not have to use strats, because you're going to get devastating wounds, right? I mean, devastating wounds are great if you can roll 6s. If you don't roll any 6s, you got a real problem because you're not wounding very often. So like, I think Lamartez is a better option because you're re-rolling hits. So you're at least going to get some lethals, just because you're re-rolling hits. And then... I generally sort of feel that the regular chaplain +1 to wound all the time is also better and he's cheaper. I mean, Astaroth can be useful if you need to fight on death. Don't know if that comes up all that often. Sometimes. It's a tricky one, right? I feel like I'm not a fan of Astaroth based on the fact that usually there's no rerolls to wound. So usually you're just wounding on like 5s or 6s with no rerolls. I mean, I get that you've got like 30 or something attacks, but still, it doesn't seem like the most reliable thing. It feels like you need to get a bit of luck on rolling those 6s. I don't like units that feel like you need a bit of luck for them to work. I'd rather have things that are reliable. The chaplain with Lance would not only cancel, but it would also counter the +1 to wound of the Dark Angels. There you go, actually, yeah. Never even thought of that. Because if you use the chaplain, you counter their -1 to wound, and then you could still pay the Lance stratagem. Phil, you're sleeping on all the great ideas tonight. Or you're sharing all the great ideas, Phil. Yeah, if devs won 5s, I could see Astaroth getting some play. I'm not a fan, I'm afraid. Yeah, I think that Deathwing matchup is a tough matchup. Vindicator tanks might be good, right? It'd be interesting to see how, like, I think there's something to be still said for Blood Angels and Vindicator tanks. Like, that is a strong combination for Blood Angels right now. The double Vindicator tank. It's good fire support. Do you think they'll ever bring back Sanguinius? Maybe, right? Like, there seems to be like a rumor every 6 months about it. I mean, I think the ultimate thing to just think of is like, it could it might not make a ton of sense from the lore, but if it makes a ton of sense for the business, then it might happen, right? They bring everyone else back from the dead. Well, yeah, I mean that's what that's what I was saying earlier in the stream. Like, Rabute Gilliman was basically already dead, right? He's back. From my I'm not an Ultramarines fan, massively, but my understanding was basically he was on his deathbed for like 10,000 years or something. Was he not? And now he's back. They have the blood of Sanguinius. It's literally in that cup. The Red Grail, I believe it's called. So what, they can't use his blood to clone him? Like, why not? Like, why can't they use his blood to clone him? It's like 40,000 years in the future. I'm pretty sure they got cloning tech, right? I mean, we can clone sheep right now already. Can't we? We can clone sheep.
I don't know why that was funny.
I think we also clone, don't we clone like beef or something like that? Or do we grow beef in a laboratory now?
Yeah.
Like, we can grow meat. So if we can grow meat, no one is playing Death Company. I mean, yeah, no one is playing Death Company. Good point. Black Legion cloned Horus and he went insane. I mean, Blood Angels that's kind of our MO, is that we go insane, right? Like, that's just a normal day in the falling of the Red Thirst. I don't know, I think it would be cool to have a big centerpiece model for the Blood Angels. I mean, there's a reason why I'm converting all the other chapter masters. Because I've got 3 chapter masters now. I've got Grimaldus, I've got Cogart and Gilliman, but I've also got Dante, and I mean, I convert all my chapter masters into Blood Angels characters, right? Insane in the brain, yeah. Man, I haven't listened to Cypress Hill in ages. I almost put a Cypress Hill CD into the car today, but I wasn't sure that my wife would like that.
Not with kids.
Yeah, not with the kids. I'm sure there's a lot of swearing. I hadn't even thought about the swearing yet. I ended up putting a Pearl Jam CD into the car. I haven't listened to that in ages. You could take the Sanguinius model from Horus Heresy. You could if it's not been sold out. It's been sold out for ages, man. I mean, that's one of the reasons that I think that they might bring him back in 40k, is like, he's been sold out in Horus Heresy for ages, so he's obviously a popular choice, right? Heresy has huge restock problems in general. Do you know why? I thought they were moving all the Heresy stuff from like resin to plastic, so I thought that would have made it easier for them to restock the stuff. Or is it resin stuff that has all the restock issues? Hello Jeff, good evening. I'm actually really tired, so I'm probably only going to be, I think I said like 5-10 minutes ago I was only going to be here like 5 more minutes, so yeah. I'm going to finish this tiny bit of purple in this cape, and then I'm going to head off. Thanks for watching the video this week, Jeff. I do appreciate it. I'm glad you got some value or some enjoyment out of it. All the name character, all the Primarchs. Alright, yeah, of course, the Primarchs are all still resin. Yeah, that makes sense. So it is resin stuff that they struggle to keep the stock up on. Alright, I am going to bed. I think you guys have a great evening. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow night for the army show. It's still super hot here. You laughing at me?
Yes.
It is hot. Are you not hot still? You're still hot.
How do you want me to send you questions?
I don't care, however you want to send questions.
Easy questions.
Yeah. How can I send a pic to you? Put it in the Discord, man. If you remember, there's the members only room, right? Put it in there. Thanks for hanging out. Quite a lot of people hanging out tonight. I appreciate it. AliExpress is always in stock, isn't it? AliExpress is always in stock with like bad quality product, isn't it? Mind you, you can occasionally find bargains on there. I bought the kids some football strips on like an AliExpress, and they were actually alright. And they were like a third of the price. Oh, I've got so much painting stuff to do. It never ends, does it? It never ends. Thanks for all the super chats tonight. Thanks for the new memberships. I'll probably play Liberator Assault Group on Wednesday night, but I haven't quite decided. Stormlands will be a thing I'll do in July, probably. So, alright. Have a good evening. Thanks again for watching. Oh, people are saying good night to you, love.
Good night.
Thanks. can't believe you've been working all that time, love.